I'm 18, turning 19 in like a few months, and I'll be honest, I'm feeling kind of lost. I won't lie, like I'm feeling really, really lost. Um, Even though like I'm in the best place I've ever been, for me to scale my business now. I was homeless when I was 16, and like I've built up myself a little bit, where now I can literally, I used to work on like a small phone, like literally like I sleep in the bush and like work in an old place. And now literally I could like work in this nice, setup with literally like, I could, anytime I want, I could just go out and like just look at the view. Okay, like it's like so why would I feel like lost? Why would I feel aimless and so on? And I'll be honest, it's a bit of like, me not being disciplined, etc. But when you feel lost, and I think so many people might be facing this now, because I cannot be the only one. It's kind of like a depression, like what's the meaning of life, like, or you're just not feeling motivated to do anything. Even though right now I get so many people want to work with me. I'm getting so many leads in my business right now. I'm not even taking on new clients because I just want to focus on the people I have. I'm getting great client results. I'm just getting stuff like attracted to me, even though I'm like not, pushing for it that much. And, I have like so much opportunities now for me to get more clients, scale my business like crazy. And the biggest thing that's kind of like just holding me back is more so like just a deep, unsettling feeling of like being lost. Like I really don't know like why, to continue. Like there's just no drive, no motivation. And the thing is, it started off with like me having like bad habits and so on, and when I remove like porn and scrolling, which were the two biggest ones from my life, it started like getting to other stuff, maybe like girls, or just listening to too much like podcasts. I would always like just I would start obsessing so much about the result that I would watch a ton of like business content or a bunch of podcast videos, and just always thinking that I need to learn more and learn more and learn more, and it would just get me even more stressed than just doing the work. So feeling lost literally means you have so many options that you don't know which one to pick. I don't think feeling lost is like you're just in a place where you cannot move, because that's death. Death is when like you literally like everything is done, like like your body cannot move anywhere. But it's impossible for you to really be lost, because you can't move. You can't move in a certain direction. For example, imagine if your life was threatened, and imagine if, let's say, some people were after me, right, and they were trying to kill me. Then I would have to run, okay? And I don't think I would feel lost at that moment. If anything, I would feel even more alive because people are chasing me right now. I need to like save myself. Or imagine if I was trying to maybe imagine if I was given a mission to like maybe deliver some secret file to like someone, right? Like how these stupid movies are, right? I don't know which movie has ever even done something like that, but like imagine if I was given a mission to like deliver like a message to like someone else. Okay, like there was a war going on, there is no planes or anything, and I just have to deliver a message. I cannot feel lost during that, because I have a mission to complete, and I'm always just chasing it every single day. But this feeling of I'm lost, I don't know what to do, it really comes from not really picking a decision. So first of all, you're not really picking a decision. And then second of all, you're not being disciplined in the decisions that you pick. So for me, for example, when I was younger, I'll be honest, I thought I would have been a millionaire a long time ago. And I'm definitely not a millionaire, okay? I thought that I would have been so much more successful than I am right now at 18. I thought at 18 I would be balling out like crazy, bro, like real crazy. I thought I would be on top of the world, okay? And the reason why I think that didn't happen was, maybe I had unrealistic goals as a kid who, just had like crazy dreams, but I didn't really understand how everything worked. And more importantly, I think than that, was more so I was just never disciplined. I'll be honest, like for the whole of 2025, I was never disciplined for like a week straight. I would work for like 2 days or 3 days, and then I'll just scroll the rest. Or like, I'd watch porn. I'd just like, literally, those are two bad habits. The thing is, I would never really be going out that much and partying. So these were the vices that would, take me over. And it was kind of crazy, but that's what I was doing every single time. And it made me lose myself. Like I lost my entire identity of being a disciplined guy. I remember back in school when kids would ask me, bro, like, don't you have any fun? One of my friends asked me like, don't you play games, bro? I was like, no, I don't play games, bro. I just tried to like grow my business. I wasn't allowed to grow my business yet, but I was researching on stuff when I was like around, I think 17. So I was just like, researching stuff and trying to see like what I can do and so on. And the thing is, I was so strong in that identity. And it was almost like just like an aura. And when I mean aura, I don't mean like something powerful, but I don't even know how to describe it. It was just like a strong drive that I had that other people could sometimes even feel for when I would ever talk about business, etc. And it made me think that I was gonna be very, very successful like right now. Like if my younger self is to look at me now, he would be like kind of disappointed. He would be like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? And the reason why is simply because I thought I was gonna be so much more. And what I think that did is it broke my entire identity, which put me into like an identity crisis. Because now I'm like, okay, bro, so you didn't really keep your goals. You're not even on track for anything. Now your entire life has to change. My entire life plans of like what I had before has to change. And not because my goals were unrealistic. I won't even say it was because of that, because I will never know if my goals are realistic or not because I never even put in the effort. Like, I'm not even joking. People think, sometimes that I would work hard and stuff. Yes, I'll be honest. That's the only reason why I went from homeless to literally like, having a business now with a lot of results. I've made a decent amount of money and everything because I worked hard, but I never worked hard consistently. And I think that's what made me kind of feel lost because, and so many people would say, like turn to God, turn to Jesus. Jesus will like, feel the emptiness in your heart and so on. And I totally believe that because when you turn to God and you turn to Jesus, he will definitely help you. But then how do you explain prophets in the Bible or literally even Christians who feel depressed? How do you explain that then? That means God is not just going to remove all the problems in your life. If anything, now Satan is going to attack you more because he doesn't have you in his grasp. Satan attacks the people who is not in his grasp. If Satan is not attacking you, that means he already has you. That means he already has you. And that's how I see, like, if your life is not getting any worse, or if your life has no challenges, that means you're not growing. So it means then the challenges that you have, it's simply because you are growing. So don't think that, becoming a Christian or turning to Jesus is going to remove your problems. No, it won't. And it won't make it easier. It can give you an anchor, but it won't make it easier. So my thing was like not really get an easy life but have an anchor, okay? And yes, your anchor can be in Jesus, but if you're not even following your own word, when you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, it's the same mechanism that is your self-trust is depleting. Whether you're a Christian or not, your self-trust will deplete. And that was what's happening to me. I broke my self-trust. And the thing is, I've never like really been this open. Like the thing is literally for an entire year, I made a ton of money. I could have made a ton more if I focused. And when I mean a ton of money, I mean compared to like, what I should be making. All right. Or compared to like, certain people. For example, for example, like my foster parents, when they took me in, like, they would say like the amount they're making in a year, I would make it in a month, right? And I was making even like more than that, or more than that even now, okay? And the thing is, I would work hard, but no one really cares about, like your brain doesn't care about external validation from other people. It cares about your own self-respect. And I think that's why, I had this identity crisis. And nothing can really, remove it, that feeling of feeling lost and aimless and so on, rather than you taking control of your own life. Like no piece of information is going to change that for you. And this is not for like someone watching this video. This is for myself. Nothing is going to change it for you. You have to change it yourself. Because what's really going to make change is not doing 2 push-ups or doing 100 push-ups every single day for a month. No. What's going to change you is your identity changing. And your identity can only change through repeated actions. That's the only way the neurons in your brain, the wires in your brain can change. That's the only way. And it can only change through repeated action. And every single time you don't follow your word, it's basically going to deplete. Every time you follow your word, it's going to basically go up. And that's what, really, even now I'm feeling like less lost. I'm feeling almost like motivated now. And I think that's what I need to do. And I feel like start making these YouTube videos because I think it's helping me so much by putting my problems out there. And what I would normally do is like private the videos because I talk about stuff that, I don't want other people to know about because I'm just going so deep. What I will do is like put these videos public so people could like see my real journey. Like, and like the thing is, bro, like no one life is perfect. All humans, there's a reason why there's therapists in the world, bro. We're troubled. Like we're literally troubled. We're literally depressed. We're going through problems. Everyone goes through it. The Bible said it itself. The life of a man is short and full of trouble. It's short already, so we don't even get a long life, and it's full of troubles. It did not say a sinner. It did not say a righteous man. It said a man. Whether you're righteous or whether you're a sinner, it is full of troubles. So the thing is, you're going to go through troubles whether you like it or not. Whether, you try to, hide it behind religion or not. Like, it doesn't really matter. And that's why, because the thing is, I remember at a certain point in my journey, I started getting like so depressed. I was worrying about, is God even real and so on. And that's like the stupidest thought because, my conclusion was God is real. And like, Jesus is literally real. And I need to like, always submit to him. But the thing is, that did not remove all my problems. It didn't. And it's a lie for anyone to tell you any one thing is going to remove your problems. No. We're going to have problems regardless through life. And the only thing you can do is just have something that is worth suffering for. Have like a goal that you're chasing, that even though you're gonna have all those problems, sickness, you could get knocked by a car, you could literally end up in the hospital, and it's no one's fault. Okay, or even if it's someone's fault, doesn't even matter. Like you still got hurt, and the thing is, that's life. It's hard, and it's gonna beat you every single time, and you still have to get back up. It doesn't matter like what you try to use. It's still going to be hard, no matter what, until you die, because this life is literally. It's not a perfect life. It's not a perfect life because that's how God created it. It's not a perfect life, so you have to expect it to be hard, and that's why I started telling myself all the uncertainty, all the fear, all the troubles, all the despair, all the depression that I feel. It's because this life is not perfect, and you could try to dampen it through maybe drugs or bad habits, or literally trying to think that maybe religion is going to make it easier for you. If anything, it's going to make it harder, right? And that's no reason why you should not chase religion. It's actually going to make it harder and easier at the same time because now you have an anchor. But I literally went, through my thing of like why I want success, why I truly want success, why I was wired the way I am. And I went through the ChatGPT and I was just like, I talk about my entire life, like literally everything, all my trauma, all abuse, everything that I went through. And this is what it came out with, okay? He who has a strong enough why can bear almost anyhow. Self-trust, self-respect. That's the first one. The thing about what I started seeing about myself is I don't really care too much about what other people think to a certain degree. I do care a lot about what they think, but at the same time, it's not really people I care about. I care about myself. And sometimes it was so hard for me to please myself that I started going for external validation instead of looking inward because it's so hard to please myself. My strongest intrinsic driver is that I do what I said I would do. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your identity stabilizes. Every time you don't, you spiral. This driver is about becoming a man whose word means something to himself, ending self-betrayal, rebuilding internal authority. I'll be honest, like, there's a voice in my head where it's like so weird to me. And I think everyone is wired this way. We know what to do as humans. Because the thing is, this thought in my brain was telling me every single thing. And then I would listen to business coaches, or I'd listen to my coach or whoever it might be. And they would tell me the same exact thing my brain was telling me for months. And I'll be like, damn. But I knew that before and I just never took action on it. Most times we know what we need to do already. If you took your own advice, you'd be so much further ahead than you are right now. And the thing is, we don't, because we don't have self-trust. And that's the thing, like, I just don't have self-trust. So I don't see why I should trust I don't see why I should, like, listen to the small voice in my head. Like, it literally tells me everything to achieve my goals. It's almost like it's smarter. Like, it's almost like my future self in a way. Like, that's how, like, smart it is. And the next one was grow through voluntary difficulty. I'm wired for challenge, resistance, and progression. That's like, that's one thing. So training harder when it's easier not to, right? Pushing hard towards my goals and chasing effort because stagnation feels like decay. And the next one was alignment with my highest standard. Like, when I don't feel like I'm acting like my highest standard, and I'm acting below that, especially when I'm acting really, really below that by, engaging in bad habits and so on, it literally makes me feel so bad about myself. Okay. So, like, one of my whys was actually, intrinsic drivers, like, respect and recognition. I like basically getting respect from other people. I like getting, recognition. I like getting, like, status. People seeing me as something. Everyone is wired like that to some degree, and it'll be a lie to say, we're not. But that is not my biggest driver. Why? Because that can change. And even though I didn't even know it, I thought it was my biggest driver. I thought my biggest driver was when I was doing this exercise by myself. I thought my biggest driver was literally, I want people to see me as something. Okay, the people I grew up with, I want them to see me as something, get bigger. So that's why I want to become a millionaire, so I can impress them. Okay, and then when I really started, like, I just keep on asking myself, why? Okay, why do you want to impress them? Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to do this? It literally just came back to, I want respect from myself. And I truly want that, bro. Like, I'll be honest, I could trade, literally all money, all bullshit and stuff, literally just for me to respect myself and trust myself. I think, it's more like, respect and trust. Trust, really important. Because when you trust yourself, I'll be honest, bro. Like, I will be so honest. I do not mind literally, I do not mind. I will trade it now, like, with literally no second thought. If someone was to give me full self-trust in myself and full discipline and full authority over myself, that I can let my body do what I want it to truly do, bro, put me homeless. You know what? Put me in, like, literally the poorest country possible. Give me the worst environmental factors possible, and I will become, like, so great. I'm telling you, I'll become, like, so great. It'll literally be inevitable. Because I'll push my body to the limits. Why? Because it's almost like, think of you playing a game, bro. Think of you playing a game and you've been given a character to level up. Do you think you'd just be, like, lost and, like, aimless and, like, oh, I don't know what to do? You'd start picking something and you'd stick to it. The reason why people feel lost, bro, the reason why I know I feel lost is because I've never stick to anything. I've never stick to anything. Like, think of it like this, right? Imagine if, like, you're playing an important match, like an important game. Like, for me, I play football. And you're in the middle of the match. Do you think you will feel lost? Do you think you will feel lost? No, you have to score a goal. You will not feel lost. You might feel lost if you don't know what position you have to play. But if you know your position that you have to play, and you know that, hey, we have to score this goal, and you're the striker or you're the defender or whatever, you will literally try and score the goal because that is your aim. That is your direction. So the thing is, first of all, you don't even pick a goal and you don't stick to it. And I have goals. Like, I've been having goals, bro. I've had goals from, like, since when I was, like, young, bro. From young, I had goals. And I've always fallen short of them. Always. So I told myself my biggest thing right now is to build this self-trust and self-respect, because I know that if I truly had control over myself, bro, my biggest enemy, I thought it was my parents, bro. I thought it was, my, that was like the biggest factor that, kind of like stopped me from everything. Okay, because my parents are the ones who not make start my business or like, train football, etc. like that. And so on. It was like a thing I'd have to hide behind their back. But my biggest thing was not them. Because at a certain point, I was so relentless in like, if they see like, I'm not stopping, I started getting a little bit of leeway, a little bit of leeway, a little bit of leeway. And then basically, after a while, like I think, they just didn't want to take it anymore. So like they kicked me out and so on. And now I'm on my own, whole day to myself. Let's see you now. Okay, now discipline. I got even more undisciplined. I continued making money, right? Because I would work hard and then like, just be undisciplined. But like, I literally became even more undisciplined. More undisciplined. Okay? Because now I had the entire day to myself and I had no one to like literally, I wouldn't say no one to look over me because my parents weren't like really looking over me. Okay? I just had no challenges right now. So it just allowed me to like face the work. The work would be my challenge, and I had no character basically to face it. So I just literally, no, it wasn't that. It was that I was just now a guy, a young 17-year-old kid with thousands in the bank and internet access. And I wasn't grown up to like, party. I wasn't basically, raised up to like, party or like have girlfriends, etc. and stuff. So that wasn't my first thing. And plus I was dropped out of school. If I was still going to school, it would have been a different story. I don't even think I would feel lost, okay? Because I would always be around people and so on. But because I'm having so much time by myself, it would lead to those thoughts coming more often. Especially if I'm being undisciplined and I'm not chasing a goal. I started feeling like literally just I like the entire day to myself. So guess what? You have the entire day to yourself. I'll be honest. If I was raised up like, going to parties and so on, I would like spend a lot of money on parties and so on. I'd spend money on parties and so on, and girls and a bunch of bullshit. But that did not happen. So what did I do? I spent my entire time watching movies, scrolling. I watched I didn't even know what the Avengers was. I really didn't even know what the Avengers was until last year. That's to show you, like literally I didn't grow up doing anything. And I watched the Avengers, right? Like literally, it was like literally the entire MCU timeline, okay? From literally Iron Man all the way to the Fantastic Four. I watched all those movies within 2-3 weeks, I think. Crazy. Like just non-stop, just go like sleep 4 hours, get back up, watch movies. Because that was the things that I used to do. When I was back home, that was the things I was able to actually do. Okay, I wasn't able to party because parties happen in the night. No one will see it, right? No people my parents would know that I'm at a party, right? So I could not basically go to those things. But I could watch movies, right? Behind their back. I could literally go on adult websites behind their back, right? Which obviously was a bad thing. That's one of the worst bad habits a young man could ever go into, and most young men struggle with it. So that's what happened to me, and it literally messed up my entire identity. That is why right now, bro, before, if you were to talk to my 14-year-old self, I had a drive, it was just kind of crazy. I was just I don't even know, man. I was just weird. And when I mean weird, I was just not like other people. I just wanted my goals so bad, and it was just my parents not allowing me to chase it. That was the only thing. Parents not allowing me to chase it. I would starve myself to not eat lunch so I can save up for this business thing. I was doing everything in my power. And now when I got the chance, I became my worst enemy. And it's kind of weird, but my biggest enemy, that's kind of been myself. And I thought that, it was maybe my parents. There's ways that I could have acted to get them maybe to comply with me. There's ways that I could have done things differently for stuff to happen. Because I wasn't like a perfect kid, bro. I was very arrogant at sometimes. I was very like, basically bad at sometimes and so on. Not to the degree where, things that happened should have happened to me, because it's still kind of like weird, right? I was literally just wanted to run business. I think I just wanted it so bad, and my parents, they didn't really like the idea of, whatever I was doing, so they just did not really like it, okay? Even though I was getting good grades and doing everything to try and please them, just like outright no. So that what just got me like kind of crazy. But like the thing is, aside from all that, my identity has just been messed up. Like last year, even like, the beginning of this year, I was still feeling lost and so on. And it just got even worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And it's not just like, one bad habit could cause it. It's just like not chasing your goals, because I stopped watching porn, I stopped scrolling and stuff. And, I started socializing with people more in real life. And then girls became my problem. Now I had another problem, because now since I stopped doing that, my brain wants to go to another vice. Okay, and I call it a vice not because socializing is bad, but because I was putting it above my goals. I was putting it above working on my business, which is kind of stupid. Okay, and what I've seen is like it's just there's a million vices. Okay, anything can become a vice. I just need to stick to the actions that I told myself every single day, and I think that's like my biggest thing. To just start trying to be more in control of myself, because definitely that's not the fact. Even like me making this video right now, I should be doing work, okay? But I need to become more in control of myself. And when I start controlling myself more and continuing to control myself, that will lead me to have a self-trust so high that I will literally be unstoppable. Like, that's what I need. Like, if a man can truly control himself, he can control the world. Because, for example, me literally, like, so you can see how I'm making the watchmaker movement, right? If I cannot control my hands, I cannot control this watch. It's the same thing. If you can control yourself, you can control the external things around you. Not to every degree all the time, but more times than not you can. Which is why I have to focus on controlling myself, controlling my habits. And the way I'm going to do that is by, I think it will really remove that aimlessness from me. And I'm not trying to, put it on one thing of, oh, Jesus is just going to do everything for me, okay? Or this one guy or this one coach. And when I say Jesus, I say this with reverence, because I literally, like, still, have my daily devotions. I read and pray in the morning. I read and pray in the night and everything. And I still, I listen to, like the gospel and everything like that. I try my best to always do that. And the thing is, you will still face problems. If you, like, it's not that you don't want to lean on God, but you want to lean on God, but at the same time, you want to use the strength that you were given. It's almost like, instead of going and farm, like in real life, or like try and grow your own food, or like literally go and do a job, you just praying whole day for money. Like it's not gonna work like that, bro. You literally have to go and work. So when every single time you're trying to like look for something external, when you have the power internally, not because you're some all-powerful thing, but because you were designed that way. You were designed with the power inside of you. So every single time you don't use that power, and that's like talking to myself, every time you don't use that power, you're literally denying the power outside of you. You're denying, like, God's power when you don't use your own. So that's what I told myself. Like, I'm going to make sure I set, maybe small non-negotiable stuff and just stick to them. Start trying to be more consistent. Even when I feel like there is no reason to continue going on, I know that's the old identity of aimlessness, because that's my identity right now. My identity right now is an aimless person that doesn't know what to do, and I'm feeling lost. That's my identity right now. Like, I have to be honest. Okay, I have to be honest. My identity is not this guy that is super disciplined, because it's just not. I'm not that type of person anymore. Okay, based on my past, like an entire year, that's an entire 12 months of rewiring my brain. to get in this bad spot right now. And now I need to change that back again. And how do I change that? By being disciplined, by making sure I follow my word every single time, and by doing the stuff that I know I need to do deeply. Not just following my goals and not trying to look for loopholes in like certain stuff, but instead of trying to look for loopholes for me to like, get my way and get pleasure, etc., I'm going to do what I know I need to do. That's the thing. No, that's where you get conviction from. Conviction is knowing. And when you do what you know you have to do, that's when you get true conviction in yourself and you know that, hey, I am the man that can do this. I am the man that can do this. Imagine the conviction you will have on sales calls. Imagine the conviction you will have in your real life. Imagine the conviction you will have with people. You will hold eye contact easily. When you have self-respect and self-trust in yourself, it literally solves every other problem. Confidence goes out of the window. Like literally everything people always talk about, confidence with girls, confidence with with money, confidence with business and stuff. The only reason why you don't have that is because you just don't have self-trust. And when you start building up those things, it will literally make everything else is just like second to that. So that's literally it. I think making this video made me feel a bit less lost. So I think I have to pick up the camera I like recording. I always used to record even when I was younger. I think it's just something I like to do. So I will continue picking up the camera every single time and continue, documenting my journey on YouTube, and just posting this to this channel, because this channel is just for anything. I can just post any random shit I want on this channel, but on my other channel I post my business stuff. So yeah, that's basically it, and see you in the next video.